Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Saturday, September 7th, 2019. Not a bad day. Mid-70s today, kind of partly cloudy. It looked like it threatened to rain a couple times, but it did hold off. But not a bad day at all. So I want to talk today. We're going to totally nothing to do with prepping. Nothing to do with anything like that. I want to talk about being grateful for what we have. And I don't think a lot of people really sit down and realize how truly blessed that they are. Because they're looking at all their troubles, all their problems, and they're not realizing how truly, truly blessed we are. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I'm going to talk about it from a nursing standpoint, okay? I don't care how much money you have. It doesn't matter how famous you are. If you do not have your health, you have nothing. I just read an article. There was a 38-year-old former baseball player that played for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he was integral part of the 2006 title run for the Cardinals. Okay, 38 years old. He just died of brain cancer. And it's just, so many people take their health for granted and they don't appreciate what they have. We live in a very self-centered, selfish, me type of society, and you have a lot of people that are like, oh, poor me, things haven't gone the way I hoped they would, or for whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's like we are inundated continuously through the media, through television, through social media. This is what you need to obtain. This is what you need to obtain, which is totally ludicrous. There's no thing that you have to obtain. Happiness, guys, realistically, and that is, it's all what you make it to be. So, you can be a very happy person and have a wonderful life. And maybe you don't have the financial freedom that a lot of people do, where they travel all over the place and they do all these things. I mean, you look at all these celebrities, okay? And here was a great example. One of the Kennedys recently, I think she was 22 years old, just died on the compound up there where they have their compound on the island, Martha's Vineyard or something like that. She was 22 years old, and they believe that it's a drug overdose. Now, to me, when I see those type of things, and I see young people basically throwing their lives away like that, I just think, what a waste. Don't they appreciate? I'm going to tell you what, I will always go back to this because this is such a strong influence in my life and what I've done in my nursing career. There's a young man, they're still alive, okay, he hasn't passed away, but he was in an automobile accident at 5 years old. And so 5 years old, he went from being a normal child to being paralyzed from the neck down and having to breathe with a ventilator, okay? And I have never seen anybody, and I'm talking anybody, that has enjoyed their life more than this kid did, okay? Now, he never had friends his own age, because there was just nobody there. You know what I mean? There was no kids to play with. Who's going to play with a kid that can't play? You know what I mean? So he didn't have a peer group to grow up with and play with. So his friends were his nurses. And, and in nursing, everything is cyclical, and people will come and they will go and stuff like that. And he had one nurse, her name was Nancy. She was with him for a long time before she finally retired. And, she loved him and he loved her. And, it's just like myself. I worked for the family 3 different times and loved that kid. Absolutely loved that kid. And recently his mom did ask me if I would come back. And it's a long drive for me to get to where they're in Webster, New York. And there's just no way. So, and I'm not doing nursing anymore anyway. But, it was, and I'll still go and I'll visit him. Okay, and he's my buddy. I mean, this kid's got like I said, he's had a tremendous amount of health problems. He will probably not have a long and healthy life, to be honest with you, with all the complications with somebody that is in that situation. Now, he's in his late 20s now, okay? So basically his whole life that he can remember realistically, because I mean, how much do you remember at 5, has been in that wheelchair, paralyzed from the neck down. This kid painted with his mouth, and he painted pictures. Big country fan. Started out loving Reba McEntire. He was a huge Reba McEntire fan forever and ever until Carrie Underwood came along, and then it was Carrie Underwood, and and then it was like Toby Keith and stuff like that as well. But he just, and he got to go to a lot of different concerts, and he got to meet a lot of these different people, and but I just, he used to always say to me, and this is just would break my freaking heart. He would say to me, I'm really lucky. And if you think about that, it's like he got dealt the worst freaking possible hand. He got, he's never going to get married. He's never going to have children, and those type of things. And it's just, and it's like, this kid is just such a great kid, but he appreciates what he has. And I think a lot of us don't. And I was kind of focusing on him just because it's so important to what I'm trying to say. We really, all of us, myself included, and whenever I get down on myself and I get in that kind of mood, and it happens to everybody, guys, it does, I look at that situation and I say to myself, man, I'm going to tell you what, I'm the luckiest guy in the world, because you know what, I've been very, very fortunate in my life. I've had pretty decent health. I had a couple of close calls when I was very young. I had not spinal, because they did a spinal tap, but it was stomach meningitis when I was 4 years old. They actually had the priest come in and give me the last rites. And, but I survived that. I had a really bad thing with, oh my God, I'm blank here. I had my, oh my God, I just had it taken out at 9. I'm trying to remember what it is now. I'm going completely blank on it. But anyway, I had another surgery, my appendix, there we go, okay. I completely went blank, guys, I'm sorry. But I had my appendix almost burst on me. And there was so much poison in my body already. They said that if my appendix had burst, so I'll tell you the story, what had happened real quick. I had been complaining for weeks and weeks and weeks. And my stepfather at the time was like, the kid's faking it, there's nothing wrong with him. And my mother relented to him because that was her husband. And we're talking, guys, this is in the 70s, okay? And finally she said, there's something wrong with this boy. Took me to the doctors at 2 in the afternoon. I was admitted into the hospital at 4, and they did the surgery at 6 o'clock. I was in the hospital for 9 days, okay? And so, that one almost got me. So I was very, very fortunate once again. And then and then I had tonsils and adenoids out, which are no big deal. But again, that was at 9 as well. And then from that age, I had nothing happen to me physically. I've never broken a bone, anything like that in my life. And then at 50, I got cancer, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, that will make you reflect like you have never reflected before. But, it's like we all need to appreciate what we have. The blessings in our life. Now, are we going to have ailments, and are we going to have soreness, and are we going to have some issues? Of course, everybody does. Everybody's got something going on. It's one of the things I'll tell my daughter sometimes, and she'll go, man, that person is acting like a complete jerk, whoever that person may be. And I'll say, there's always something going on in somebody's life that you don't have any idea about. And they're frustrated and stuff like that. And some people, the only way that they know how to deal with that is by attacking others, which is a sad way to deal with a situation that you have in your life. But it happens a lot. A lot of people will do that, okay? So, but the thing is, I think that we all really need to reflect, count our blessings, and not do the woe is me story. And like I said, guys, I'm guilty of it too. So I'm not like up on some kind of high horse judging anybody. I've done it myself. But when I get into those moods, I snap out of it pretty quickly, because I have been blessed to do what I have done in my life with nursing and take care of people, and realize how truly, truly lucky and how blessed that I have been in my life, with great health. And so, I always tell people this, and I want all of you to think about this, okay? If you can get up in the morning by yourself out of your bed, and you can walk into the bathroom and use the toilet by yourself, then you go into your room and you get dressed by yourself. Then you can walk into the kitchen and fix yourself something to eat and eat by yourself, okay? Then you leave your house and get in your car and go whatever you're going to go to and do whatever you're going to do. You are having not a good day, you're having a great day. All right, I want you to think about that because it's really, really important. It's all things that people absolutely take for granted. They don't think about, that. They just, oh, poor me about everything else that's happened in my life, and they want to be the victim. They want to victimize themselves. You know what? Crappy stuff happens to people. I've had crappy stuff happen to me. But when I got old enough, I took the reins and I said, I got control of this. This is on me. And that's what we all need to do. This is all on all of us. So I don't know, for some reason, I felt compelled to share this with you guys today, and I wanted to talk to you. And I'm going to tell you what, if this reaches one person out there that's feeling down on themselves, that's feeling suicidal for whatever reason and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you right now, you're worth more than that. There's people that care about you. You may not think that they do. Maybe they're upset with you because of choices that you've made, but that is up to you to turn it around. So if you're down and you're feeling sorry for yourself, and like I said, again, we all go through it, okay? It happens. I want you to reflect and look at the positive things in your life. What are you good at? What is something that you're able to do? What positive effect have you had on either somebody individually or other people? And again, there's that other thing with that paying it forward stuff, going up and giving that stranger that compliment. Because again, you don't know what kind of day that they're having. They may look like they got it all together, but maybe their life is a wreck and they're having a horrible day or something like that. But by you going up to that person and giving them a compliment for whatever, okay, the way they do their job, the way that, like I was recently at a Taco Bell, okay, and it was busy. And some of these customers were rude. And this woman that was working the counter was just smiling, and she took care of business, and she was very, very methodical. And when somebody was rude and interrupted, she very politely told them they needed to relax a second, and she would get to them in just a moment. And she took care of all these things, okay? And I walked up to her afterwards, and I said, I just wanted to let you know something. I said, I think you're doing a great job. I watched what you were doing, the way you handled the people, and I said, you did a fantastic job. I just wanted you to know that. And she had this biggest smile on her face, and she was like, well, thank you very much. Because I'm going to tell you what, any kind of customer service job out there, any kind of retail type of job, it is a very thankless job as well, and people treat people like crap today. A lot of times they do it because their own life sucks, okay? But you know what? Somebody's doing that job, and, they don't get enough thank yous, okay? So what I want you guys to do, not just reflect on yourselves, reflect on your lives, look at the positive things in your life, but I also want you to go out and I want you to compliment people. And for whatever reason, it doesn't have to, it could be, their haircut, it could be whatever it could be. You know what I mean? Just, and not have any kind of ulterior motives, just to give somebody that compliment. I think that is such an awesome thing, and it's free, and it's easy, and it doesn't hurt anybody. And you know what the best thing is? You're making somebody feel good. And, and sometimes that's all that person needs to get through that day. So I've been a little melancholy the last couple days, and I just kind of reflected again and realized how truly blessed I am. I'm going to tell you what, guys, I am freaking blessed. I will not deny it. I will be the first to tell you how truly, truly blessed I am in my life, okay? And people will say to me, oh, well, you're really, really lucky. Things just come your way. And you know what? To a degree, yes. But also, it's what you make of it and opportunities that you're presented and what you do with those opportunities. So that's just, like I said, for whatever reason, I felt compelled to do this. So hopefully, I've reached somebody that maybe is thinking of doing something drastic. Don't ever do that. Life is so, so precious. And it's such a blessing to have. And there's so much positive stuff that you can do with your life. And you can make a difference. All of us can. I mean, I talk about that with the whole prepping aspect of it, okay? We can all make a difference. It's a choice. And it's, again, free will. Free will, guys, okay? So that's all I wanted to talk about. And I just wanted to share that with you. And hopefully, this touched somebody today. I hope it did, because it's like it's made me feel better even just talking about it. If that makes any sense, okay? But I think it's really, really important. I really do, and I just really wanted to share it with you guys. So no talking of prepping today, no talking of living off grid, but just I wanted to discuss that, okay? So anyway, guys, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope your weekend is going well. Again, count your blessings, because there's so many. There really is. For all of us. And even if you're not in the best of health, look at the blessings that you do have, okay? So let's just do that. Let's just stay positive, okay? For each other and for other people as well, all right? So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So I think that's really, really important to tell the people that you care about every single day, okay? Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. And it's a great mantra for life, realistically. Just work methodically. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, even if you're trying to get out of depression, you're trying to get rid of anxiety, just work at it methodically. Look at the positive aspects, make positive steps, and you're gonna get better. You really will. And it's all up to you. It's a strong mental attitude and mental fortitude. Okay, you can do it. All of you can. I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody's doing great. I really do. I hope you have a good weekend, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.